You might have noticed that well, really like Pathfinder, but I admit that its crunchy rules can make introducing new players to the game a little bit hard. Having a good beginner experience is thus very important. So far, the original beginner box was the go-to place for that, but Paizo has now released their new introduction experience called Secrets of the Unlit Star. This box includes everything newbies need to enter the world of Golarion: dice, rules, an adventure, and more. But does it also include a good onboarding experience, allowing players to slowly learn this not particularly easy game? Does it not just introduce the players, but also the GM properly to Pathfinder? And does it act as a springboard into more adventures? Well, I'm here to tell you that Secrets of the Unlit Star gives you all of that. You could now just stop the video, but if you are curious about why I think this is an excellent introduction to Pathfinder, then don't leave just yet. Let's open up this big box and see what the latest beginner experience offers. Secrets of the Unlit Star comes with everything new TTRPG players would need to jump into Pathfinder. Next to 2 booklets describing the rules and adventure, the box contains about 100 cardboard pawns, a set of polyhedral dice, and multiple reference cards. Also included are 4 pre-generated characters, allowing you and your group to jump right into the adventure and discover what Pathfinder is all about. Jumping immediately into things is actually possible with this box, and that is due to how the included adventure, the Temple of the Unlit Star, is set up. This small dungeon, located in the haunted lands of Ustalav, is written in a way that no one, even the GM, needs to have read any of the rules. All information necessary is presented in the adventure and on the sheets of the pre-generated characters. As the group progresses through this ruined temple, they also learn more about the different rules of the game. The rooms are described in such a way that the GM has all the information necessary available. The adventure text informs the GM clearly on how the dangers in a room work mechanically and how to run them at the table. Combat encounters also get gradually more complex, allowing the GM to get used to the system before having them juggle big monster stat blocks and complex hazards. I think Paizo did an amazing job at designing this adventure in a way that makes it a tutorial for the entire table, requiring no prep from anyone involved. The Temple of the Unlit Star also includes a nice variety of encounters. While the majority of the rooms include combat, which is, let's be honest, a significant part of what you do in Pathfinder, the adventure also includes a puzzle and social encounters. Additionally, the dungeon is not entirely linear in nature. The PCs have to gather pieces of an important item to eventually progress, but they can go through the dungeon in a variety of ways. If you are new to the game and want to GM this adventure, but first want to get more comfortable with the rules, the box also includes a small solo adventure. In this choose-your-own-adventure style scenario, a player follows the story of a young hero exploring a creepy mansion. The solo scenario introduces you to mechanics such as skill checks, combats, and saving throws, and is a nice introduction to the system. This solo adventure would also be fun to share with new players in your Pathfinder group, allowing them to get a feel for the system before joining the table. I think solo adventures like these are absolutely fantastic additions to rulebooks and beginner boxes like this one. I mentioned in my Legend in the Mist video how much I like the Choose Your Own Adventure comic included in that game, and I'm glad Paizo included this solo adventure to fulfill a similar purpose. The box comes with more than just an introductory adventure. The 2 books included, the Hero's Handbook and Game Master's Guide, contain more than enough information to continue the game beyond the first adventure. The Hero's Handbook provides rules to create your own characters, selecting from 5 ancestries and 4 classes. The character options included go up to 3rd level. The Game Master's Guide covers all the basic information on how to run sessions and campaigns, and also includes a gazetteer on the nation of Ustalav and the town of Grace. The information about Grace is pretty extensive, covering the history and current inhabitants of the village. This information should be enough for creative GMs to craft new adventures for their party, or to prepare them to run the adventures included in Troubles in Grace. The adventure in this box is also available as a premium Foundry module. Paizo does not sell it separately, but bundles it with the adventures from Troubles in Grace under the title Secrets of Grace. One thing I appreciate very much about the Foundry version is that the creators of it understood that this is a beginner product, and that means players might also be new to Foundry. Thus, the journal entries also include sidebars on where to find things in the VTT and how to use its features. For example, one journal entry includes instructions on how to add characters to an encounter and have them roll initiative. I love that things like these are included, transferring the goal of easily introducing new players also to the virtual tabletop. So far, I have been nothing but positive about this box. Surely there must be some things that I don't like. Well, yes. While I think the Temple of the Unlit Star is a fun dungeon, I'm not sure if a short dungeon crawl is necessarily the best new player introduction. Some of the pre-generated characters run on limited daily resources, and while the dungeon provides at least one place where the PCs can rest relatively safely, I think there is a better adventure structure possible. Personally, I would suggest shorter forays into different locations that the PCs can complete within a single adventuring day. This would also allow an adventurer to better utilize a town as the party's home base, having them return there in between tasks to rest and recover. I also think the hook and plot for the adventure is super basic, but in a box focused on teaching new players the game, I can let that slide. Also, while I think the choice of pre-generated characters is interesting, I would have preferred a few more non-human characters. However, these are minor criticisms that don't tarnish the overall high quality of this box. If you and your group are completely new to Pathfinder, Secrets of the Unlit Star is a great way to get started. Not only is it set up in a way that everyone involved will gradually learn the game, it also comes with more than enough materials to continue your campaign after surviving the Temple of the Unlit Star. For more experienced players, this box has, of course, less value. However, if you play physically, the pawns and flip map included might be worth it. Additionally, you could still run your group through the Temple of the Unlit Star as a start for a campaign that leads into Troubles in Grace, and eventually into Bastion of Blasphemies. All in all, I think Secrets of the Unlit Star is a fantastic beginner box. Have you played the adventure from this box and onboarded new players to the game? Let me know how you feel about this box in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.